right. Well, we're gonna move into a subject that
yikes.
It's gonna be hard for me to defend because I can't. But about almost midway through the race, on one of the restarts, Denny Hamlin kind of pushed Chase Elliott. What's that called? Crowded him off of 2, made some contact with him. And then a few laps later, they're still battling for around 8th or 9th place, I think. Maybe a little bit closer than that. Denny drives it in deep out of 3 into 3. Coming off 4, he kind of lifts, puts Chase Elliott in the wall. And Chase pretty much dumps him.
There's no pretty much to
down
Be honest
straightaway.
here. He dumped him.
Down the straightaway. So it caused the wreck between the 11 and the 9. Both guys were done for the day. And Denny Hamlin after the wreck and his post-wreck interview said the 9 should be parked, shouldn't be racing anymore, should be done. He did pretty much what Bubba Wallace did last year to Kyle Larson at Las Vegas. Riley, I'm gonna let you go first.
I agree 100% with Denny's assessment. There's no question on my mind that Chase Elliott wrecked Denny Hamlin on purpose there. NASCAR probably won't do anything about this because Chase Elliott is NASCAR's golden boy, and he brings in viewers, and he's the most popular driver in this, that, and all that other stuff. But he moves the needle, and NASCAR wants Chase Elliott to be on the track. So I don't think that NASCAR is going to penalize him or suspend him or any of that stuff. But should he? 100%. If you want to be consistent, if you want to show impartiality, if you want to show that NASCAR is unbiased, Chase Elliott should be sitting out next week at Gateway. This is 100% the same thing that Bubba Wallace did to Kyle Larson last year at Las Vegas. The only difference is there wasn't a fight afterwards or an attempted fight afterwards. Chase Elliott didn't go up to Denny Hamlin and push him around a little bit. That's the only difference. But if my understanding of the rule violation is what I think it is, the suspension was not because of what happened post-wreck. The suspension occurred from Bubba Wallace because of the actual wreck, in his intentional wrecking of Kyle Larson. So if you want to be consistent, Chase Elliott should be sitting out next week. Do I think he's going to? No. I don't think any penalty at all is going to come with this.
Well, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. And the only defense I have from Chase Elliott is what I said earlier after it happened, is that Charlotte, the dog leg is a lot more of a dog leg than Las Vegas is. Come off 4 at Las Vegas and it's just kind of just straight. It's just more of a not as angled as much as Charlotte. And Charlotte, you have a dog leg right there, you have a finish line, then you have another dog leg, which you got to be turning pretty damn hard in both dog legs on the front stretch. However, I know Denny pushed, and like I said, Denny kind of crowded him at the beginning of that restart, and then about 4 or 5 laps later, Denny did it again and put Chase in the wall. And who knows if that would have derailed the 9 car from the rest of the evening. We would never know. However, you cannot right hook somebody down the front stretch in any circumstance. And I'm being consistent here. Chase is my guy, but that was uncalled for. And I think he should be suspended for a race. And it pains me to say that. Like I said, I'm a fan of his. But you can't do that. If you want to fucking go in there and turn one and crowd his ass down to the apron and make him spin out, that's fine. I'd have no problem with that. But you can't just turn him. And that's what he did. And I know he said in his post-wreck interview that he just, the car, once these cars hit the wall, you sometimes just can't turn it anymore. And, that's why that wreck happened. I just can't believe that. I just can't. And like I said, the only merit I have is that Charlotte is a lot more narrow down the front stretch than Las Vegas is with Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson last year. But I still don't think that's enough to defend Chase. And, it pains me. When after it happened, I was quiet for a while because I was just disappointed. It's my guy, and he did something very stupid. Cost himself a good finish in a race when he's already missed 7 races due to his leg injury, and then he just takes himself out at Charlotte. If you're gonna wreck somebody, at least keep yourself on the track and keep yourself running competitively as well. That's why I talked shit about Bubba Wallace last year at Las Vegas. He took himself out and Kyle Larson out. And another playoff driver, Toyota driver, and Christopher Bell last year too. It was just stupid. I had the same thoughts with this. If you're going to wreck somebody, do it to where you don't get involved either. And he did. So, it sucks. It's a stupid move by Chase, no doubt. I don't really believe his remarks after the wreck, but he's got to say that. I mean, you can't get mad at him for saying it. And at least he did have the self-awareness to say, yeah, just, once these cars hit the wall, you can't control them anymore. And I don't believe it, but at least he handled it better than Bubba Wallace did last year. So don't turn over the table.
Tyler Reddick hit the wall about every other lap. He didn't have no issues. Parker Klickerman, otherwise, is having some issues right now.
Spite coolers, but he did handle it better than Bubba Wallace last year, and that's about the only thing I can say different that this incident was with Chase and Denny than it was with Bubba and Kyle last year. But if NASCAR wants to be consistent, and that's what I want, he should not be racing at Worldwide Technology Raceway next weekend. It pains me to say that, but I'm going to be honest and fair on this podcast, and that's what I'm being. So it's an unnecessary move by Chase. It was stupid by Chase, and he shouldn't have done it.
So just to be 100%, your opinion is that Chase Elliott right hooked Denny Hamlin into the fence on purpose and deserves to be suspended for such.
Yes.
All right. I agree.
It pained me to do that, but he should. It was bad. It was bad, man. It just for a long part of the race, it took me just out of it. Because I think we had this conversation a couple weeks ago. Would Chase do something like this? And I, not like this, but intentionally doing. And I said no. I didn't think he would, because Harvick cut his tire down and at Bristol, and Chase got up there and kind of blocked him, but he never wrecked him. And that was my defense on that situation. Yeah. Chase maybe caused Harvick a win, just got in his way, but Harvick still finished second, and Chase got fucked in the deal and finished like 27th or whatever it was. And we've seen Chase before. He kind of ran Denny up the wall after Martinsville in 2017, but he didn't completely wreck him. And today he just just flat out wrecked him when it was not necessary. So yeah, I can't defend Chase in the situation. And if you're a Chase Elliott fan like I am, I really don't think you can have any legs to stand on, because just bad move, bad moment, bad move. Every driver has it in their career, and this is one of Chase's. So, but everybody has them, pretty much almost every driver. So, last thing I got to say about it.